The Sacramento Kings are continuing to prove why they are one of the biggest dark horses in the entire NBA. The Kings are 7-3 in their last 10 games and are coming off back-to-back wins versus the OKC Thunder. In last night's game, they were missing their all-star point guard, De'Aaron Fox, but were still able to get the job done. In my last Sacramento Kings video I posted just a couple of days ago, I remember saying one of their biggest factors was their depth. And this right here, this game that they just played, showed exactly that. If you haven't checked out my last Kings video, make sure you guys go check it out real quickly. I talked about the three major factors that will lead the Kings to a deep playoff run this season. But in today's video, I'll be breaking down the three major factors that led them to another solid win without their star point guard. However, before we jump into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button if you think the Kings are finally building a winning culture, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be covering the Kings and the entire NBA all year long, so make sure you guys join the family. And one last thing before we get to the video, comment down who do you think is the biggest X factor on this Kings team. But without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, the Kings have won 3 road games in a row. As we all remember, the first being in LA versus the Clippers, where it was one of the most high-scoring games I've ever watched live. That was a massive win, and then they come back-to-back and win games versus OKC, and both those games were in OKC, so those were 2 very impressive wins as well. But the craziest thing about the Kings over the last 3 games is they're averaging 141 points per game. And like I said, all of these games have been on the road. However, let's just hone in on this one past game that the Kings won, 123-117. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm really starting to think that this Kings team is better than we all thought. In the first quarter of this game, the Kings dropped an incredible 44 points, and from there they pretty much carried the rest of that momentum for the rest of the night. But the first major factor that helped lead this Kings team to a win on the road was veteran wing Harrison Barnes. Harrison turned back the clock a little bit last night, putting up 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists while shooting an incredible 8 of 13 from the field and 4 of 5 from 3. And from the start of this game, the Thunder had their best defender, Lou Dort, locked on to Kevin Huerter. And from that point on, I knew it would come down to the scoring of Harrison Barnes. And he proved that he could be a very reliable scorer when he's needed. The Kings are a deeper team than I originally thought. They wanted to come out and play with a certain edge last night, and they pretty much made a big statement. Harrison Barnes not only showed that he can be a big-time scorer, but he's also proved why he can be someone the Kings can lean on in a time of need. Now, moving on to the second major factor of this game for the Kings, it was going to be their well-balanced offense. Everyone on the floor last night played like an absolute superstar in their individual roles, that is. But they're slowly becoming one of my favorite teams to watch on any given single night, like any single given night. They're very, very fun, very exciting to watch, especially when De'Aaron Fox is in the lineup, man. They push the tempo. They're one of the fastest, teams in the NBA, and I love that about them. I love how they utilize Sabonis to his best abilities, and I like Malik Monk. Dude, the Kings have just been so fun to watch all year long. And then even on last night when they were missing their flashy point guard, they still put on a show. The whole entire starting lineup had double-digit points, and it was truly vital for them to get this win because the bench didn't really play amazing, but the starting lineup all played phenomenally. There's 3 guys I really want to talk about specifically, but let's start with Davion Mitchell, a player who's kind of taken a major step back in his second season with Sacramento, only averaging 5.7 points and 2.2 assists per game this season. I think last year he was up to like 11 points a game, I want to say. Correct me in the comment section down below if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he is taking a major step back this year. But last night he played extremely well, and he obviously got the start as well. Mitchell last night had 15 points and 4 assists while shooting 6 of 10 from the floor and 3 of 7 from the three-point line. I still believe Davion has so much potential, not only as an on-ball defender, but he's also shown flashes of being able to score the ball as well. Let me know in the comment section down below also, what do you think about Davion Mitchell's potential with this Kings team? Because personally, I think he could be a very, very, very solid type of player in this league. I mean, already one of the best defensive guards at his height. Incredible. If he can just, score the ball a little bit more consistently, man, the sky is the limit for Davion Mitchell. Now, let's move on to a guy like Kevin Huerter, a guy they picked up this offseason. He's been so good for them. But more importantly, in this game, he looked really, really good. Now, although the Thunder stuck their best defender on him all game long in Lu Dort, he was still able to find a way to impact this game. Not only did he put up 20 points and 4 rebounds, shooting 8 of 14 from the field, but he also made a huge contribution playmaking and finding his open teammates all night long. Kevin Huerter ended the game with 9 assists. I loved how he adapted to the game and was able to impact the game on a different type of level. He usually isn't the playmaking type of guy. He's usually the, catch and shoot, come off screens, and score the ball type of guy. But today or last night, he was much more adaptable, and he evolved into a different player that the Kings kind of needed last night. And lastly, I want to talk about Sabonis, man. Dude, he is a do-it-all type of player here for the Kings. Led the team in the first half with 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists as he approached a triple-double. Although, ended the game just shy of recording it, 22 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. Like I said, just one assist away from having a triple-double. Sabonis has been so crucial to this Kings team, especially in a game where they're down their leading scorer. Sabonis also shot 80% from the floor, which is incredible. I think he was 8 for 10. Absolutely dominant. I also want to give a quick shout out to guys like Keegan Murray, who's been playing so well in his rookie season, and I continue to say Keegan Murray has a ton of potential and could become a superstar player in the NBA. And also Trey Lyles and Malik Monk played pretty well in this game. Didn't play amazing, but they played well enough to get this W. But before we get to the third and final factor that led the Kings to their third straight win versus the Thunder, winning the season series 3-0, I want you guys to real quickly subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and join the family. Let me know in the comment section down below, how far do you think the Kings can get this season? Third and final factor is going to be the 2 major runs that the Kings went on late in this game. The Kings' first major run came in the third quarter, in which they went up 89-72 while they scored 13 straight points without allowing anything on the other side. Although the Thunder did have one more run in them when they cut the lead down to 93-87 going into the fourth quarter. But the reason I believe this first run was so important was because it tired the Thunder out. And it forced them to have to fight back. And once again, the Kings came back and hit them with another big run, which came in the fourth quarter when the game was really, really close. I think at one point it was even tied. The Kings then went on a 12-2 run, and then from there, the Thunder didn't have another comeback left in them. They were too tired. They were too, out of their motion. And from there, the Kings controlled the rest of the way. The whole entire starting lineup for the Kings played extremely well and proved to the whole world that even without their star player, their bench can still outplay their opponents on any single given night. The Kings have one of the best offenses in the entire NBA, and their depth is much better than personally I expected. But this is what makes the NBA so much fun to watch. When you have a team outplaying every single expectation that was set for them before the season, it just makes it so much better, so much more fun to watch. And man, I'm telling you right now, I've been loving watching how the Kings play basketball as of late. But real quickly, guys, don't forget to smash that like button if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be covering the Kings all year long, so make sure you guys join the family and turn on post notifications, and you'll be notified every time we drop a video. We also live streams games like, for example, the Kings versus Clippers game that went 176-175. I live streamed that game on my channel, reacted to it. So if you guys want to, see any of that content as well, make sure you guys turn on those post notifications and join the family. And the last thing I want you guys to do is comment down below who is your favorite all-time Sacramento Kings player, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.